Good afternoon. The people of my district in Portage County have enjoyed weekend voting hours in the past. We have always worked hard to accommodate student voters. Kent State is the second largest university in Ohio. It's easier for students to vote early in person than to go through the complicated mail-in process. Today's 18 to 20-year-olds probably don't have much occasion to go to the post office. This year, both Republicans and Democrats in my community again worked together to set weekend hours. But in the name of so-called uniformity, Secretary Husted took this option away. That is the difference between local officials that work bipartisanly to solve problems and Republican extremists in Columbus, such as Husted and the GOP majorities in the legislature with an agenda to suppress the vote. As director of the Early Vote Center in Franklin County in 2008, the second largest county in Ohio, I saw firsthand the huge numbers of people that came out to vote early in person. The weekends were very busy, and Election Day in 2008 was very smooth. Lines were long in 2008 for early voting in the large counties, but voters could choose when to fit that way into their lives, rather than to have to deal with it on a busy Tuesday or after school or after work. But these cuts could make the early voting lines unbearably long. People were already waiting 5 or 6 hours to vote in Franklin County in 2008. In addition to the weekend voting cuts, voters will also have to contend with reductions in their Election Day precincts, which have taken place all across the state because so many people have been voting early. After 2008, Franklin County cut its precincts by 6%, Hamilton by 23%, Cuyahoga by 26%, Montgomery County by 34%, and Summit County by 37%. Together, drastic cuts to early voting and to Election Day precincts could funnel more voters to fewer precincts on Election Day, creating huge disparities in voter access, not uniformity. I repeat, the figure my colleague brought to your attention, an estimated 174,000 voters left without casting a ballot in 2004. It could happen again, and that is unacceptable. Courts have said the Constitution does not require this race to the bottom. Uniform hours only create the illusion of uniform access. Franklin and Cuyahoga counties have also been prohibited from paying the return postage on absentee ballots. They've done that in the past to encourage more mail voting and to alleviate pressures at the polls on Election Day. Again, in the name of uniformity, Husted ended that option for local boards. Again, this will cut down on the number of people willing to vote early and will cause confusion to voters who are accustomed to that service. Ballots are not standard postage size, and I believe they could cost up to $1.50 to mail. Will voters know that? Will they have to wait in line at the post office to weigh and mail their package? I thought this was supposed to be easy. Again, disparities are being created instead of uniformity. I'll close by saying it's a good thing Secretary Husted is not in charge of ODOT, because we might have empty 8-lane highways going through Garrettsville in my district, or jammed 2-lane highways running through downtown Cleveland. Fake uniformity wouldn't make sense on the road, and it doesn't make sense in Ohio's elections. Thank you.